the basis. It's not the basis na maging 87 counts yung counts ng money laundering case na final ng AMLA kila Alice Go.
If I may clarify, Your Honor, the basis of the 87, I think it's 92 to be exact, was the expenses that were shouldered by Go entities, Your Honor. So it has nothing to do with the structure, Your Honor. Not yet. We are not at that point yet, Your Honor, because we are still continuing our investigation.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you, Sen Joel. Attorney, please continue to address the questions
sorry,
of Sen
I'm sorry.
Sherwin. No, there's no problem. I just wish to say that please answer as far as you can in open hearing dito sa very pertinent questions ni Sen Sherwin. Sen Sherwin.
Will
Yeah,
do, Your Honor.
thank you, Madam Chairperson. So sa ngayon, what you're saying is basically may pumasok na pera at ginamit to, pumasok na pera sa mga Go family businesses
Yes.
at ginamit yan para sa Baofu sa pagbayad ng expenses.
Yes,
Correct?
Your Honor.
Essentially, yun yung sinasabi mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct.
Insofar as the
Attorney.
complaint filed last Friday.
Okay.
Yes.
But what we want is to understand itong 6.1 billion pesos. Because in Tarelco is pangbayad lang ng kuryente yan eh. No? But we want to understand the bigger amount, which is paano nila napatayo itong building na ito. Diba? And we've been talking about this since day one. No? In fact, itong slide na pinakita namin, this was also shown during the second hearing. So that's what we want to understand from AMLAC. I know the expenses is only a small part. I read the complaint. Maliit na amount lang yan. It doesn't even run into billions. No? But this is the bigger crime. No? Putting up a building that we don't know how the money came in. Yun ang aking punto. And I'll show that the same phenomena in Porac. No? So ang punto ko, nalalampasan tayo ng money launderers na hindi natin alam. So I want to understand from AMLAC how this big of amount came in, saan dumaan siya, at sino yung mga binayaran nitong mga perang pumasok.
Your Honor, what I can disclose at this point, Your Honor, considering that the bank accounts of GUO, some of the bank accounts were mentioned in the money laundering complaint that we filed last Friday, I can discuss up to that point, Your Honor. It's no longer covered by the confidentiality under Section 8A of the AMLA and Republic Act 1405. Now, for the accounts that we have examined that were used in committing money laundering in relation to what we have filed, we have observed that the transactions, as I have mentioned earlier, they're all cash intensive, cash deposits amounting to millions, which is very unusual. If you are a legitimate business person, you won't transact in cash. What further fuels the suspicion, Your Honor, is that the possible source of income of Alice Guo, it is not commensurate with the declared source of income of Alice Guo, Your Honor.
So saan nanggaling yung cash deposits?
Your Honor, in money laundering investigation, cash transactions really pose a challenge for us, Your Honor, because we have to determine who are the possible cohorts or those in cahoots with the person so that we can cross-match the transactions.
So all of this, okay, we're talking about the expenses or we're talking about this building?
I'm referring to the transactions that we have observed in the account of Alice Guo, Your Honor.
Okay. And all of those came in the form of cash. Cash ang deposit. Lahat puro cash siya.
A majority, Your Honor, amounting to hundreds of millions, Your Honor, including the QJJ farm, Your Honor, the declared source of income, even the paid up capital would not support the transactions,
Correct.
the hundreds of millions in
That's why
transactions.
we saw that.
Yes.
We demonstrated that. I'll show the financial statements. It's we demonstrated that. Ang tanong nga namin is how much ang pumasok. That's what we want to understand.
For the account,
For everything.
again, Your Honor, I may not be at liberty to discuss all of the
Kailan niyo po
accounts.
pwedeng sabihin? Because we've been talking about this for 3 months running already. No? And we need to understand, the public needs to understand kung bakit may money laundering. Because yung money laundering, kailangan rin natin may paliwanag yan sa taong bayan. Dahil yan rin yung pinakamalaking krimen dito. Yan yung isa sa pinakamalaking krimen dito sa nangyayari ngayon. So kailan ba namin pwedeng malaman? Kasi I remember during the hearing, we were made to understand, and we respected that once the cases are filed and it forms part of public document, then pwede na natin pag-usapan dito yung mga detalye. So that the public will understand what government is doing in order to go after people who launder and also prevent this from happening again.
Your Honor, if I may respectfully submit, Your Honor, while we admit that we have already filed a case before the Court of Appeals, which covers all the accounts of Alice Guo, we respectfully submit, Your Honor, that this is still covered by the confidentiality provided under the Anti-Money Laundering Act, Your Honor, specifically Section 8A of the law. So our hands are real.
Up to when can we disclose this to the public?
Your Honor, we were given up to 6 months for the freeze, Your Honor. The rationale behind that, for that 6-month period, is to give the AMLA the opportunity to investigate the account for that time period, because after that, the freeze will be ipso facto lifted. So before that period lapses, in this case, January, we have to file a civil forfeiture, which will cover all of the accounts of Mayor Alice Guo and the other persons mentioned in the freeze order, Your Honor.
Includes not only the expenses, because
No,
alam
yes,
ko yung
yes.
sinasabi nyo yung expenses lang. Ang gusto namin itong mas malaking
The totality, Your Honor.
totality.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, then when do we expect a final result of that investigation in totality?
Your Honor, as I've earlier mentioned, the rationale for giving us 6 months, Your Honor, is for us to complete our investigation within that period, also in 6 months.
We
But
understand that.
we are mindful of the urgency of this case, Your Honor. Our financial investigators are working overtime, even beyond office hours, and even during weekends, Your Honor. We intend to complete our investigation this September, Your Honor. So probably by October, Your Honor, we'll be filing a civil forfeiture case by October, Your Honor.
And if I may, Sen. Sherwin, so by the first week of October, pwede nyo na rin po kaming bigyan ng report about the magnitudes of the amounts involved. Hindi lamang dun sa pag-cover ng utilities, pero yung construction ng Baofu compound?
Around that time, Your Honor.
Also, this is only in the case of Banban. Di pa natin pa nag-uusapan yung
Yes, Your
Porac,
Honor.
ha? Yung Porac, ganyan rin ang, based on our research, ganyan rin ang nangyayari. So the bigger picture here, actually, the bigger crime is money laundering.
Yes, Your Honor, that I completely agree. If I may add, we have observed the same financial behavior in the Porac case, the persons composing that Pogo Hub, Your
Correct.
Honor.
Yeah.
In establishing money laundering, Your Honor, we have to prove certain elements. I think everybody's in agreement. Offhand, the money came from illegal source. But if we file a money laundering case, we have to establish elements of the crime. We have to connect it to the existence of an unlawful activity. And that unlawful activity must have proceeds. Our subjects must have knowledge when they transacted the original proceeds and the transactions. So these are the elements, Your Honor, please, that we need to establish in our investigation.
Isn't the concept of the income is not commensurate to the deposits? It's already a criminal aspect.
In this jurisdiction, no, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Paano siya nagkakaroon ng pera na wala siyang pinagkukunan?
That is when the existence of the predicate must be established, Your Honor. So actually, that's the first requirement. We have to establish the existence of a predicate offense. In fact, Your Honor, what were filed was were case of qualified trafficking in persons. But our theory is that it cannot degenerate this money. The only plausible explanation was that it was from the scamming activities that they have committed. So notwithstanding the absence of such crime being filed in Philippine courts or in DOJ, Your Honor, we opted to use that as a predicate offense.
We understand. And in the case of Porac, how far are we in the investigation?
If I may, before you answer, attorney, if I may, Sen. Sherwin, also make of record na the chair appreciates also this line of questioning equally, if not more, for our ongoing investigation in the Committee on Women. So, salamat. Just for the record.
We have a twin investigation on Bamban and Porac. So how far are we in investigating the Porac money laundering angle?
For the Porac case, Your Honor, the investigation report on the forfeiture of the Whirlwind, where the Whirlwind is located, was already submitted. It's already being reviewed by the bosses, Your Honor. For the bank inquiry and freeze order, in fact, I was just reviewing it this morning. We'll finish it by not later than tomorrow, Your Honor. So we're looking at next week. The cases will be filed for bank inquiry and freeze order.
You can share that through an executive session.
Yes, Your Honor, just like in the
Okay.
Bamban case, Your Honor.
Okay, and then we will request the good chairperson to invite you for an executive session so we can understand that.
We will do that, Sen. Sherwin.
Thank you. So we'll ganito na lang. The timetable is mid-September to October in terms of the Bamban finalization of investigation. Tama ba, attorney? October.
please, Your Honor.
Tumawad ka pa. No? October. First week of October.
Maybe second week would be more realistic.
Humaba na. Oo. Yeah. So let's put it at second week of October. No? And like I said, no, it's important for the public. It's not only for the consumption of the committee, but important din sa publiko at malaman din ng ibang international organizations na yung ganitong pera pumapasok sa atin, because this forms part of what we call the transnational criminal activities, no? So hindi lang natin kausap dito sarili natin, kundi kausap rin natin mga ibang bansa, no? Dahil yung pera pumapasok galing sa iba, no? So importante rin na nalalaman ng mga counterparts natin na may perang gumagalaw at pumapasok, lumalabas, pumupunta sa ibang lugar, no? So ayun ang aking punto, na importante rin na nalalaman nila na mayroong ganitong kalaking pera, no? Hindi to